Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to Star Technology. In between episodes, I did a bit of work getting some infrastructure set up and whatnot, so we can go through that here today, and we can whip through some of these some of these create things quite quickly. But first and foremost, thunder and lightning, very, very frightening. Especially when your base is made of wood. So, nope. Let us just get rid of that. We do have vanilla bed in here, not a GregTech bed. So, luckily for us, we can stop this silliness before we pay dearly for it. And it's just a lot better without the rain, even though I've got all those sound effects turned down quite a bit. As you can see, I got some Create stuff up and running because the mechanical press is very, very necessary. Like I mentioned in the last episode, we get 1 plate per ingot with this instead of 2 doing the GregTech recipe with the iron hammer. So we had to do that just to get ourselves a few plates here so that we can move forward with a few things in Create. What is not done here? Sulfur. Well, I guess I'd better take care of that. 27? Sure. Oops. Turning it off and on is annoying. But if you don't turn it on and off, you can't put down every single block. I guess we don't really have to put down every single block. More dust. I do want to knock out this quest just because it stops us from progressing with any of the other ones. So we do get ender pearls from that, which is pretty handy. And let's get rid of all this Zycraft garbage. So annoying. Just do that so we can get that one finished. Anything else in here? Oh yes, in between episodes I did make this Reach Upgrade 1. So this makes building my platforms and such quite a bit easier because it increases our reach for making the floorings and the cubes and all that whatnot with the Effortless Building mod. The recipe isn't too bad. You just do have to go through a little bit of dust to get yourself an ender pearl. And then slime balls come from the dirt, and you get these Slitaki spores, and then you just cook those up to get slime balls. And then likewise, you can cook up the slime balls to get the sticky resin when we do need to get to that for GregTech. So that's what those things are for. What am I doing? Putting that away. I'm getting a little bit overflowing in my inventory here, so I have kept all of my andesite there. I've broken down, pretty much all of my diorite and granite and all that stuff for resources. So, but kept all of the andesite so that we could do Create. So that was that there. So andesite alloy is done. Now I'm going to have to go down and break one of my water wheels. So we look at the underbelly here. I set up 4 large water wheels. There's the large water wheels and the smaller water wheels. The smaller water wheels spin faster, but have less stress capacity overall for each one that they provide. So the large ones are a little bit better, especially if you're going to be gearing them up like I have here. Like I've gone 3 steps up here, right? So large with a small one attached to it, and then you attach a large one onto the small one, back to a small one, and it just speeds it up, speeds it up, speeds it up as you go. Then I've got these gearboxes in there, which are, I need a 3x3 to make a gearbox, but it's just basically one of these andesite casings with 4 small cogwheels and a plus sign around it. Andesite casings are made by stripping a log and then applying an andesite alloy to it. I guess I should go back to the recipe for the andesite alloy first and foremost. In this pack, we've got a very generous recipe there where 4 andesite and 5 iron nuggets gives us 16 andesite alloy. So usually the crafting recipe is 2 iron nuggets and 2 andesite, give you 2 andesite alloy. So we're getting a lot more bang for our buck here. We're getting almost 3, we're getting over 3 andesite alloy per nugget instead of 1 to 1. So that's very nice, at least for this pack. So let's break one of these guys, collect it for the quest. Now where did it go? I swear I put it back down. Now I've got water all over the place, and that water wheel probably disappeared down into the oblivion, so we'll just go and make another one right quick. And I guess you get to see the crafting recipe for it this way. So one of these shafts, which is just 2 andesite alloy, giving you 8 shafts, surrounded by planks, gives you the small water wheel, and then you put the small water wheel, surround it with planks, gives you the large. Oh, there's the other one. I've got an extra large water wheel now. Why did you disappear completely on me? That's completely annoying. Only on camera too. Well, not only on camera, but especially on camera here. Alright, I'm going to have to delete all of this water and then replace it all, but I'll get this going again here. Just give me a couple of minutes and I'll be right back. I think I know why. I just clued into it. I had the effortless building on, so that is what was screwing it up. So there we go. Really got to be used to it, I guess. And then we'll replace this last water source there, so we're all going. I've got it all contained on this side. Yep, so once I take away this water source, then I'll be good to go on the water falling out of the world, which can be sometimes annoying. So the first thing I set up, obviously, was the mechanical press, which we got to get our plates cheap. There we go. Recipe for this guy is a block of iron, a casing, and a shaft. So I've got that coming up here. And then the next thing that I set up was the cobblestone generator that we talked about in the last episode. So I built the mechanical pump, which is basically a fluid pipe and a cogwheel put together to get a pump. And the fluid pipe itself is 2 copper plates and a copper ingot, giving you 4 fluid pipes there. So this setup that I have here only needed 3, so I got 1 left over, but we just have to have a water source down here. So basically just your vanilla water source, and it pulls from that there. If there was only 1 water there, it would use it up by the time it pumps some in there. But you can see it's going at a pretty good pace there. using the chute that I mentioned in the last episode as well. So this is working beautifully, getting us our cobblestone at a pretty good rate. Not anything great, but later on, when we have access to a aqueous accumulator, then we could use the pipes mod to use some of this fluid pipe. We could do fluid, well, we can't do because we would need to get the bronze first, but once we got that, then we could fill up the water barrel a lot faster and get our cobblestone quicker, but we don't need it just yet, so we'll come back to that in a future episode, I'm sure, when we need our cobblestone a little bit quicker. But I got it started early so that it is working in the background while I do all this other stuff here. So I'm going to need that. What else am I missing? So on the quest line, it also needs us to make, we're going to have to set up a mixer so that we can get some alloys going, bronze and brass. We're also going to do the basic burner because we don't have access to the nether just yet. So blaze burners are out of the question if you know vanilla create, but this is from the create low heated mod. Basic burner is just 3 andesite alloy like that, so it's not too hard at all. But the downside is we have to feed it, well, I guess the same with a blaze burner, we have to feed it fuel, but we have to light it with a flint and steel every time that we want to use it, is the kind of the downside there. But then the other two things that we'll get here is the millstone and an encased fan. So we want to set up an encased fan with some lava so that we can do some cooking without using fuel. So it's, you know, I would hate to have to keep chopping trees all of the time to keep up on my charcoal for making our ingots. So we're going to set up an encased fan over here so that we don't have to continually make charcoal to be able to cook our ores and our fire bricks and all those other fun things that we're going to be needing coming up soon here. What else am I looking for? I think I got everything I need now. So, encased fan, we need a propeller. Propeller is 4 iron plates and an andesite alloy. So that should give us everything for our fan now. Mechanical mixer. Cogwheel, casing, and a whisk. A whisk takes 5 iron plates. That should give us everything for that. And then a millstone is the simplest one. We just need any kind of stone, so granite, diorite, cooked stone if you want to be so bold, but all of those get us there. So I think the first one we'll set up will be the whisk, and along with the whisk we need the basin and the burner. So that should, oh, we just need the flint and steel. I'll have to do that later because we're going to need 5 regular stone to get ourselves a flint. Actually, no, we can get a flint with the millstone. Let's do that. Let's do it that way. So we'll set up the whisk and the millstone together. Do I have everything? I should have everything here now. We're just going to bring this one across with a couple of shafts. Oh, and I was going to make another gearbox here just to show you all how it's done. That's how a gearbox is done, and this gearbox is a horizontal gearbox, so it will take stress from like rotational power from one side and distribute it to the other 2 sides. And then there's a vertical gearbox. You just craft it with itself to get the vertical kind, which is what I've been using to transfer the power up and down there. That gets us to that guy there. Now, where is my... I guess we'll just use wood for going up and down. So we'll need a cogwheel there because the mechanical mixer works with a cogwheel, and the same thing with the millstone as well. Although the millstone can be powered from the bottom with a shaft if you're so inclined to do it that way. So on the bottom of the... Oops, I guess I need a placement block to have a basin there. And we're going to set up more automation. Well, a little bit. Not true automation, really, but just so I don't have to empty the millstone all of the time, although I will have to climb up there to put things into it, I guess. I'm making a ladder. First, let's come and grab a stack of cobblestone so that we can get this millstone making us some gravel right away. Come up here, just Control Q, throw in a stack of cobblestone, and that will start grinding it down into gravel for us. So it just saves us, you know, one stage of using our hammer to get gravel for the various things that we need gravel for, and then I'll build a set of ladders so that I can get up and down from there when I need to refill it. Is having this wood here going to be a problem? Probably, because I'm setting up my encased fan to go this way, right? Yes. So when we set down the encased fan, it can go in two different directions. Because it's blowing outwards, we can see the particles going this way, and that means that it will slowly push items that way. Or if we set down some lava in front of it, it will blow through the lava and then light things on the other side of it on fire. So I'm probably going to have to replace those guys with a with stone. Got andesite for now, that will work. And some ladders. Oh, and I forgot to needed one more slab. There's the one I was looking for, and I need to get rid of this water for now. So I need this extra bucket of lava that I made. So if we put this down here, and I'm gonna want to... Will a depot go here? I'm not 100% sure. Let's take a look. Depots are another really handy thing to have in here, so... we can do 3, I guess. It's kind of awkward, that basin being there, but... Yeah, I thought that might happen. Actually, an output like that isn't bad either, because we could throw in multiple recipes in there and one will automatically spit out and wait for us there. There. Now that we have lava going through there, if we stand in there, we will catch on fire. Which, if we're not careful and we don't get back here soon enough, we might kill ourselves. Only on camera can we do such silliness. At any rate, now that we have that set up, we can come over here and we can now start smelting for free. Is this smelting? I don't think so. Yep. Okay, so what's happening here is my fan isn't spinning fast enough to push the particles to the second depot there. So that's... Oh, I guess I could have left that there. I guess the last part of this is getting our burner in there. Yeah, we needed that there anyways, so that's fine. And I'll have one there for jumping up on top to throw things into there. Lots of copper now anyways. Flint and steel is what's holding us back, and then we'll get some of this bronze and brass up and going just to demonstrate it, I guess. And then we might move on a little bit and talk about some GregTech, maybe. Maybe. We'll see here in a minute. What did I come back here for? A little bit of that. I'm gonna pull the cobblestone out of there so I can throw a piece of gravel in here. Oh, there's 2 gravel in there, that's fine. Start on another load of gravel. Iron in here. So in this pack we also get flint and steel from iron and flint instead of the GregTech, which requires steel. So that's a little handy there as well. I guess the other thing, we needed some zinc, so we've got to cook up some of this stuff too. Oh. Keep forgetting to make this one. There we go. We'll load 1 piece of charcoal in there for now. Done talking about all of those. So my mind is clear. And bronze and brass. So create gives us access to the first alloys. So to make bronze, we do need the mixer with low heated, 3 copper and 1 tin. Gives us a bronze ingot. And then the next recipe for the brass is very similar. It's 3 copper and 1 zinc. We're going to need a fair amount of bronze for sure, definitely going into GregTech, and brass is used in a few things for create mostly, but not a lot. Maybe a little bit later on when we're working on more automation stuff, but for right now we just need to get a little bit to complete the quest line. So we'll put 1 zinc, stack of copper. Then we can light this. Now that's mixing up. So a whole bunch of copper and then some tin. So then as the brass finishes, it'll deposit out onto the depot there and just wait for us to Oh, it only comes out one recipe at a time. Interesting. That's annoying, actually. If we just take that out, then it'll just do as many recipes as it can. And when we have something left over, we can just pull it all out, right? So now that we're... Oh, we weren't out of copper. Just keep that going as long as we can. So as long as that one fuel is going in there, we want to make use of it, right? Don't want to just, you know, cook one thing with a piece of charcoal is kind of the idea there, being efficient with our fuel. Really? I guess with so much in there, when it goes over 64 total items, that's what's happening in there. Now we did run out of fuel. That's fine. Keeps pulling everything out. See, there's a little box here that we can set a recipe, but that should just continually make... Oh, we've run out of tin in there now. All right. Yeah, that should make 3 recipes total. Please, do what I think you should do. There's doing the second recipe, and there's the third. Oh, it's depositing them over here. Yes, that's what's happening. That's why it's getting all clogged up, because I have this depot here. Interesting. All right, maybe we'll have to change that around off camera. But for now, that's good enough getting some create infrastructure up and going. We now have access to bronze and brass. We could get some steam going over here for a better power source, but for now, with the little workshop that we have there, we don't really need to go down that route. But the next thing that we're working towards is GregTech. So the first part of GregTech is getting the tools for the tools of the trade. We built one already last episode to get our iron bucket, which was the hammer. We also need a file, screwdriver, wire cutters, mortar, saw, knife, wrench, all of the good stuff. And then, I guess the other thing that we should probably get going sooner rather than later is this thing as well, but that's next on the list, and we probably don't have enough time left in this episode, but let's get these tools at the very least. So let me collect up the resources. I just need to make a bunch of plates, I think, right? Because a file is 2 plates. Screwdriver is just ingots. Wire cutters, we have to scroll down to the easy recipe or the manual recipe. That's 3 more plates. That's 5. Similarly with the wrench, that's 9. Knife is 1 ingot. That's 11 plates. And that's 2 more ingots. All right, so 11 plates. There we go. That should be everything we need to finish off that quest. Just need that extra piece of stone there. And... oh, I should have been bookmarking all of those recipes. Ha ha ha. Screwdriver. I think I need 5. Oh, I need to type in iron because otherwise I'm going to see 400 recipes. And a file with 2 of these iron bolts gets us the screw. And the wire cutters. Oh, I'm missing. I have a screwdriver. Oh, no, I don't have a screwdriver. Now wire cutters. Knife. Farmer's Delight? No. Greg Tech one, right? Let's just double check so that we don't have to make a second one again. No, the Farmer's Delight one. Or a Greg Tech one. Either or works, I guess. And the last one is the mortar. Just like that. What did I miss? A wrench. Iron wrench. There we are. Now this is my main annoyance that I have with Greg Tech, is carrying around all of these different tools. 8 different tools. Actually, there's a 9th tool. There's a crowbar that we'll need when we get into it later. But thankfully we have, and I guess I should have probably looked at this earlier. No, that satchel that we got. Let's take a look for that one. No, satchel isn't in there. Maybe I'll just have to keep this guy on my hotbar. But we can keep all of that stuff in there and then just pull it out as we need it for the different stuff and things that we have to do. But that is the start of Greg Tech, and we will be doing a lot more of it in the next episode because the next things that we'll be doing are building some multi-blocks. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Let me know if I've made any mistakes with my create setup, if I've missed anything, or if I could have done anything better / easier. And yeah, other than that, I appreciate you all for checking it out. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we will look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!